clock has started.
The clock has started.
Now, when I joined Adobe and I was told that, this was the business unit that I had to work for, e-learning, and there were a lot of variables. First is I did not do too much of digital marketing in 3M. Adobe was predominantly digital, and these guys are at the cutting edge of digital, right? So I had to quickly start, learning about digital marketing, and today digital is a large part of what we do. Apart from digital marketing, the other variable in my life was global markets. I did not have too much of an exposure. I had slight exposure to Southeast Asia. Now suddenly my 65% of my market was in the US, 25% in Europe, rest in Asia. Every market operates very differently, right? Now suddenly when I did my first product launch, in India one product launch used to be a lot of work. In Adobe, my product launch happened in 60 countries. So 6 months before the launch, work starts to happen, because suddenly for even an ad that you create needs to be translated in some 27 languages. So you need to factor that time, and then it's just not simple translation like what Google Translate does. There are cultural sensitivities. And small example. So we launched something called the e-learning community, a web portal where all members can come and come to get some resources, help, and we get it's a common watering hole. We get to talk to them. Now we have tiers, right? As you like any other community, like maybe inside IIM, you guys will have points that you accumulate based on what you do and rise through the ranks, right? And then eventually you'll become an influencer or a legend or something. So in the community we did the same thing. So we had hierarchies. So you start as a newbie, you move to an explorer, guide, blah blah blah, and then finally you become a legend. So these are 5 guys in the whole world who have attained legend status, right? Because of the kind of work that they've done, the inputs that they do. I showed it to my counterparts in the US. I always do that. Any campaign that I work on, I run it past people in other countries to get a cultural sensitivity. Because while I am designing campaigns for US, I am an Indian, right? I mean, my cultural sensitivity is predominantly Indian. But then I need to think from their points of view. Now, as luck would have it, one of those 5 legends is from Europe. She's a lady who's based in Belgium. She's extremely good in this space with our products. And we thought that, she'll be really happy to be conferred the legend status by Adobe. And we called her to some event in London and, conferred upon her and all that. She wrote to me an email. She wrote an email saying that legend in Belgium is a term reserved for dead people. No clue, right? And suddenly we were thinking, okay, now so that's the complexity that comes in when you're dealing with countries, geographies. So as marketeers, A, you have a great opportunity because you're always at the forefront. B, there's also high risk because whatever you design is the first thing that goes out in the world, right? So that's why marketeers, like they say, right, with great power comes great responsibility. So if you're choosing a career in marketing, keep these things in mind.